Hey everybody, this is Mr. Buysalot. We're doing our video for today. We just finished unloading a truck of books that I bought. All these books came from a local estate clean-out company that cleans out a lot of estates in New York and stuff like that. So I buy the books from him blind. I pay by the box, and then so we have no clue what we'll get. Generally, they throw away encyclopedias, so I don't have to worry about that. But everything else is in these boxes. I was really excited when they unloaded because I saw these two books. This one still being sealed, and as you can see, it probably weighs 8 pounds. It's a heavy book, but in a nice slipcase. This one is another book. Looks to be on Judaica. So there's that, and then all these boxes. I haven't got a chance to open them, so we'll open them and see what kind of books we got. We are just starting to get into books for eBay and for Amazon. Obviously, we'll scan through these, check on Amazon, and I did a little searching around, found a Amazon seller chart that gave me a little bit of information on sales rankings, prices that you should be looking for. We're going to send these ourselves unless they're really higher end books, or we see a lot of people selling on fulfillment, for the simple fact we make an extra $1.50 for the pick and pack fee, and we have a warehouse. If you don't have a warehouse and you're limited on space, then you may want to consider sending it into FBA. People definitely would rather buy from FBA than through a third-party merchant. But in our case, unless we get overwhelmed, we are going to ship these ourselves. Oh, these are actually super cool. That's a 1950 yearbook from Wisterian, which I have no clue where Wisterian is. Edge of the city. So it looks like New York. Wisterian Hunter College from 1950, New York. Question is, did this person get their yearbook signed by anybody? Advertising. Something you always want to look for in yearbooks is if anybody famous happened to attend that college or that high school. I know that some of that stuff has a lot more value. I am not seeing anything signed in this yearbook. Personally, if I'm going to sell yearbooks, I'd rather them not be signed unless there was somebody famous in that year. Here's another, I believe this is a yearbook also, with an awesome tip and plate on the cover. Now, this was property of Jerry from 1946. Senior class, DeWitt Clinton High School from New York from 1946. So we know that Jerry was already wrote in his book. So it's definitely worth seeing. He had a couple people sign for him. I've seen 2 signatures so far. 3. But very cool. 1946, so right after war. Yearbook. Oh, a 1950 Violet yearbook from, I believe this is also going to be 1950 Education Violet, New York University School of Education. Possibly signed. We'll take a quick look. Love the sports sections from the 50s. Obviously, we'll check and see if there was anybody famous who attended New York University in 1950. Because that changes the value of yearbooks dramatically. But then you go into new Victorian photo albums. Kind of interesting. No photos in it, but a cute book, newer. Bambi. This is a Stephen King book. So, some very, very cool pocketbook of wine. Could use some wine right about now. Somebody made up a folder and a book. So as you can see, this box just, keeps going down further and further. These boxes are huge. They're about 80 to 90 pounds each. I see a Monopoly game in the bottom of the box. So sometimes there's other things in these boxes when his guys pack them. If they need just a little bit of extra space, they'll fill it. But as you can see, we have 2 boxes there, some more boxes here. I did just do a search on this. This one is sealed, so I don't know if this is an author's copy, which is signed inside. There was a eBay sold result. They had $335 on this, but they took an offer. Looks like on Amazon this is about $150 to $200 if it's not signed. So we're just going to assume it is not signed. If it is, somebody will get a great bonus, and we will leave it to them to decide. In these boxes, it looks like there are new books on Judaica, medicine, and then there are old books that are Charles Dickens and, a little bit of everything. So lots and lots of books. And just giving you guys a rundown, plus I'm getting to kind of look in the books before we start opening them to sort them. Oh, this one has some kind of a toy bingo game. Planets of India. Lots of hardback books, which I personally like hardback books better. May not be the consensus for everybody, but that's just my preference. I generally feel like if I'm going to find something that's worth money, it's going to be a hardback more so than a softcover book. But we are just learning books and just getting into that type of stuff. This box looks like it's a ton of kids' books, an old Boy Scout handbook. So as you guys can see, I think there's 85 boxes is what we bought this time. In my early days, we used to just, if I bought a load like this, I would find another book person who actually just specialized in books. I'd have them come in, flip through, and make me an offer for the entire load. There's a lot of art books and vintage art and French paintings and sculpture books in this box. So there's some antique books. My wife still doesn't know I bought another load of books. So I'm sure that once she sees this video, she will then know. Another box up there. These are actually still sealed. I did look up this book earlier. This has a sales ranking of less than 3,000 on Amazon, which means they sell probably 50 to 100 of this book every 2 days. So super fast selling, still sealed, which is awesome. Remember guys, if you're getting into books and items on Amazon, eBay, condition is really important. Obviously those are sealed, so those can go as new. But even if you find a really, really nice book like this, it's got a little bit of dust on it, and we'll clean it up a little bit. But I've seen sellers list these as new, and it might have a little ding on the corner. I won't list that as new. We will list that as used, very good. I'd rather my customers receive an item and go, wow, this is new, and they paid a used price, than get a book that is used and they paid a new price. It's all about customer service and keeping your customers happy, keeping your rank and your ratings up so you stay ungated and without restrictions on your selling platforms. I know a lot of people chase the big dollar when they're selling. You don't want to do that. A quick, fast $1,000 in sales will never be equal to a lifetime of millions in sales if you have a good reputation. Everybody always asks. I know that I pop into to Casey's live streams, and you guys will see me on a lot of other YouTubers' live streams in the chat rooms talking during their live stream. Because, we are a large seller on eBay. We have over 100,000 items listed. I consider that being a large seller. Some other people will not. There are people out there with millions of items. We are trying to expand into social media, hence the YouTube videos. And I want you guys to learn stuff too. I've been doing this. My dad was an auctioneer. My mom deals in textiles. I was raised in this business. This is what I've done my whole life, from flea markets and everything before the internet came about. I just took it to the electronic age and found it interesting. And to me, every day is a treasure hunt. So I do this because it's a treasure hunt. In that being said, you want to develop a good relationship, because I keep my word. If I say I'll buy a load from somebody, I don't back out. I've had countless number of customers over the years that will come to me and be like, hey, I want to buy every DVD player you get. I'll take every one. I'll give you $5 a piece across the board. You don't have to test them. You don't have to look at them. So I say, okay, fine. You're going to buy every one. You're going to come pick them up from me. I'm not going to test them as we get them in. You come pick up 40 or 50 or whatever. So they come to me, they pick them up. Well, once in a while, they start going through and they're like, oh, well, this one's not of the quality that I want. Well, I'm not going to let you cherry pick out $100 DVD players for $5 because you said that you want to buy all of them. That's bad business. So what we do is, this guy told me he had a truckload of books. He said, I want X number of dollars. I said, I'll take it. Sight unseen, I'll take it. He sent me one picture of one box of books open. He said, it's all stuff that they've cleaned out of houses in New York. I said, done. I'll take the deal. He came. I handed him the money before he unloaded the truck at my warehouse. He guaranteed me they are unsearched. So I took him at his word because we've done deals before. But a normal person, if they saw boxes coming off and they happen to see encyclopedias in 3 of the boxes, they'd start getting worried. You can't back out of that deal once you made it. If that deal turns out to be bad and the next deal turns out to be bad or not what he says, then you can renegotiate. Don't buy from him anymore. Find another source. But if you keep your word, people will find you. We spend a lot of money every year buying merchandise. I can't tell you guys how many people have asked for our sources. What are your sources? Well, our sources are cash. We spend a lot of cash. These are just the books that we bought this week. This is one of 2 warehouses full of stuff that we own, from storage lockers, houses, estates. I buy out stores that are closing, other dealers' inventories. But if I give you my word, I'll make it happen. So we get those phone calls. People don't want to deal with somebody that's going to waste their time. So I just want to give you guys, a little insight in the business. Our sources come from all over the place. Somebody tells a friend about that, hey, this guy will buy anything. He'll buy large quantities. You have an attic full of Transformers. He'll pay you thousands of dollars for them. Comic books. I've got huge comic book buyers. I've got great comic books. And we can spend, crazy money on them because I have buyers lined up. So just make sure that you treat your sources fairly. If you buy a deal from somebody that is getting into the business, I guess a good example would be, You go to a local storage auction, and the same people are at all the storage locker auctions. A guy gets into a unit that has great sneakers, and you're a sneaker seller. And that guy spends $200 for that sneaker unit, and you know you didn't make it to that auction. He calls you up. You go there. He says, hey, give me $1,000. He made 5 times his money. Great. Pay him his $1,000. Don't ask him to come down to $500 if you know that there's $20,000 worth of stuff in that unit. Pay him his asking price. Don't negotiate down. So many times people want to be greedy to make that extra $200 or $300 that they lose the ability to have a contact. Because somebody like me will go to him and say, hey, here's your $1,000. And then once I start selling those shoes, if, in the first week I've got back my $1,000 and I've made $5,000 extra dollars, next time I see that guy at an auction, I'm going to hand him an extra $500 that he didn't ask for. I'm going to say, hey, that locker was better than you thought. It's better than I thought. I'm doing really good as my appreciation. Here's a little bonus. What does that do? Yes, it takes $500 out of my pocket. Not great for business. But on the back end, that guy will not offer somebody else another locker full of sneakers. Everything will come to me. And over time, we will build a relationship, and he will get stuff. He will source for me. I will make him money, and he'll be happy. I'm happy, and we have a constant stream of stuff. So that's my information for today. Sorry the video is so long, but I've had a ton of people asking where we get stuff and how come people contact me over other people and, things like that. We just hired 2 new workers today, or this week. I'm actually in the middle of training today. So I'm going to get back to doing that, but wanted to create a quick video and tell you guys that I appreciate you watching. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to our channel. I am going to try to create more content. We've been focusing on building the business over internet content. So now we're going to, transfer that to some content as we get the workers in and they're doing our listings instead of me doing the listings myself. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys want to see more videos like this, please, leave a comment. Comments will help us in the ratings. Share the video. We are friends with Rockstar Flipper, Lot of Josh, Bearded Picker, What the Hell's, Locker Nuts. All of those people are creating content for you. We are trying to help you learn how to make some extra money. If you go to a flea market or a yard sale and want to make extra money, watch our videos. We'll help you. Those are all great people in this business, and I believe you get back what you put out into business and the universe. So give a little bit of yourself and a little bit of your time, and you will see your business blossom in ways you'll never understand. So this is Mr. Buysalot. Thank you all for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and hit the like and the thumbs up. Mr. Buysalot signing off. Thank you, everyone.